On May 21st, chairs were set up in the White House. Cameras were rolling. Tech CEOs were already on their way to watch the president sign the first federal AI safety executive order under this administration. A 90-day review of frontier AI models before they could be deployed commercially. And then, hours before the ceremony, Trump shelved it. Postponed indefinitely. No new date, no revised version, just shelved. He told reporters he didn't like certain aspects of the order and didn't want to be a blocker to US AI dominance versus China. Now think about that framing for a second. Imagine if in 1945 Truman had scheduled a press conference to announce a nuclear testing oversight and then cancelled it because weapons manufacturers said it would slow things down. That's roughly the weight of what just happened. Except AI moves faster than any arms race in history. So, what changes his mind between Tuesday morning and Tuesday afternoon? David Sachs, former White House AI Caesar and current PCAST co-chair, reportedly called Trump the morning of the signing to argue against the order. Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg were also reported to have made last-minute calls, though Musk later denied influence in the decision, saying he spoke to Trump only after it was already made. Now, let's be clear, this wasn't a backroom dealing. These are people with direct White House access making their positions known through established channels. Musk runs XAI and has cancelled state level AI regulation. The wrong approach. Zuckerberg's Meta has powered billions into open source AI and has argued that federal oversight would favor closed source competitors. Sachs, firmly Trump's own AI advisor, has consistently pushed for a light touch policy. None of that is illegal. But the timing, three calls landing hours before a scheduled signing ceremony, is extraordinary. It's like three team owners calling the NFL commissioner the morning of the Super Bowl and getting the rulebook rewritten for kickoff. They didn't break any rules, but the rest of the league is playing a different game now. So, what was in that order that spooked them? The draft executive order was reportedly prompted in part by one model in particular, Anthropic's Mythos. And what Mythos demonstrated is genuinely new territory. Most AI models can help you write code. Mythos showed it could break code on its own without being told to. It autonomously found and exploited software vulnerabilities, not theoretically, in practice. That's the difference between a locksmith and a burglar. The same skillet, very different implications. The voluntarily 90-day review would have required federal agencies to access frontier models like Mythos before commercial deployment. This wasn't a ban, it was a pause and study approach. And the fact that even this was considered too aggressive tells you everything about where the political winds are blowing right now. Now, here is where it gets ironic. With no federal AI framework on the table, states aren't waiting around. Connecticut, Colorado, and California have all passed or are actively advertising their own AI specific legislation. Each state is writing different definitions, different thresholds, different penalties. The exact companies that lobbied against one coherent federal framework may now face dozens of conflicting state level regulations. It's like refusing to build one highway because you don't like the speed limit, and then watching 50 states build 50 different dirt roads, each with its own set of traffic signs, in languages you don't speak. The White House has not put a new date on the calendar, and frontier models keep shipping. So, where does this leave us? I see two possible futures, and neither of them is boring. The optimistic take, innovation wins. In this version, the cancellation was the right call. Regulation would have been a starting gun for China. US labs stay unshackled. Voluntarily safety measures prove sufficient. And 5 years from now, we look back at this at the moment America choose to lead instead of legislate. The market rewards safety because unsafe products lose customers. Problem solved. The realistic take, the Wild West. In this version, the vacuum gets filled, but not by anything coherent. States pass contradictory laws. Companies forum shop for the friendliest jurisdiction, and then something goes wrong. A model exploits a real vulnerability in critical infrastructure, a deep fake moves market, and Congress passes emergency legislations in 72 hours that makes the cancelled order look like a polite suggestion. The regulation Trump tried to avoid becomes 10 times heavier because it was written in panic instead of planning. Here, what I actually think. The order itself was probably imperfect. Most first drafts are, but the principle behind it that something somewhere in the federal government should be looking at what frontier models can actually do before they are released into the wild. That principle didn't die because it was wrong, it died because it was inconvenient. And inconvenience is a terrible reason to skip a safety check on the most powerful technology humans have ever built. We are building tools that can autonomously find and exploit software vulnerabilities. And the official position right now is let's see what happens. That's not innovational policy, that's hope. If you think the story matters, subscribe, because we are going to be tracking what happens next. Whether it's a new order, a state level shutdown, or the AI incident that forces everyone's hand. Drop your take in the comments. Was Trump right to cancel the order? Or did 3 phone calls just change the trajectory of AI safety in America? I want to hear it.